Hey, what's up, psychology class? Welcome to day 5. It's Friday. We've made it through our first week of e-learning, and I want to just, congratulate you guys who have stuck with it through the whole week. I'm impressed very much with the work that you guys have been able to do, and I know everybody, myself included, was stressed out about this going into it. I think a lot of people thought that there was no chance we'd ever get anything done on here, and look what you guys did, right? I think you all should be very impressed and proud of yourselves for what you've been able to do all week. Not just one day, not just 2 days, but the whole week. You've been doing really good work, and I just, want to applaud you, commend you, and thank you guys for doing that. I'm doing the best I can here, and you guys are clearly doing the best you can. You guys are doing great. Given the circumstances, you guys are doing wonderful work. And so I just want to let you know I appreciate that, and I want you to keep that up. Don't just let this be 1 week and then done. Keep it rolling into next week. Enjoy this weekend. I think we're going to have a nice day, maybe 1.5 nice days this weekend. So get outside, enjoy the sun, the fresh air, and then be ready to go. Just to have just a good week next week as we did this week. This week was the first week. So really, this should have been the worst week. Next week should be even better, right? That's what I'm expecting. That's what I expect out of myself, and that's what I expect out of all of you, because I know you guys are capable of it. As far as today goes, our work for Friday, let's go ahead and log into Blackbaud. Get on to Blackbaud here. We go to our class bulletin board page for psychology. We have a couple of new assignments. There's nothing different than what we've been doing. It's question of the day, discussion board question, and a new reading assignment, and 4 more questions to answer about the reading. Easy peasy, right? You guys have done great with them so far. Nothing different with this one. So let's just take a look at what these assignments are. First, let's look at the reading, right? You see there, it's the 3rd one down. You guys have already, many of you, completed the first 2. If you haven't, that's all right. They're up there, and they will be up there till the end of the term. So, if you don't feel like, if you haven't gotten everything done, that you're way behind, you can get caught up, no problem, right? The people who have done them will tell you it doesn't take that long, maybe 5-10 minutes to answer the questions. The reading might take a little longer. But remember, those readings, those page numbers are always going to be up here under the Topics tab. Topics. So you got Bulletin Board, Topics, Assignments. The reading pages are under Topics, right? But what is the topic? What are the readings? What is the questions? Let's take a look. So far, the first 2 sections, the first 2 readings have all been about stress and conflict and frustration and how people deal with these things in healthy ways. Well, this is going to be this section about unhealthy ways, oftentimes. Not necessarily unhealthy, but oftentimes unhealthy ways that people deal with their frustrations, their stress, their conflicts. It's all about drugs and alcohol, right? But same thing, just 4 questions about the reading. And then we have the other assignment, of course. If we go back to assignments, that's the classwork. And then the participation assignment is our question of the day, as always. And let's take a look at that question of the day, if we can bring it up on the screen. Let's see. There it is. So, on the subject of drugs and alcohol, what do you know? And or how do you feel about drugs and alcohol? You always hear people say that, drugs and alcohol. Like alcohol is something separate, like it's not a drug. And as you will read in this chapter, they say that is absolutely false. Alcohol is exactly like any other drug. There's nothing different or special about alcohol. It's just how we as a culture treat it differently than other drugs. And again, your opinion is your opinion, right? If you think that alcohol is bad and should never ever be consumed by anyone, that's legit, right? Other people, many people, especially in our society, see alcohol as something that can be legal and can be consumed responsibly by some people, and other people should not consume it, right? I feel the same way about drugs, right? My opinion, if I was going to respond to this question, well, the second part of this question is talking about, have you ever heard about this? Do you agree with the contention that alcoholism and drug addiction are diseases? Why or why not? I'm going to respond to this. My response is, I don't think drugs, any drugs, if I can get, there you go. I don't think any drugs are good or bad. Aren't bad or good. It depends on the person. And how they're using them. We're gonna, when you do the reading, you're gonna see that, there's a difference between drug use and drug abuse, right? Abuse is never okay. But do I think that drugs can be used for good? Well, what's the most widely used drug in the world? Caffeine. Do I think caffeine is good? Can caffeine help people with their frustrations and conflicts and struggles? Yes, it can. So caffeine use is okay, right? Medications are drugs as well, right? And then, we know about things like alcohol, and marijuana is a big one that has gotten a lot of attention about the potential therapeutic qualities of these, right? So they're not in and of themselves bad. It's when they cross over into that abuse, right? But that's where we get into this idea of addiction, right? And substance abuse and alcoholism. And the chapter talks about these things. And they are, genetically caused, right? So addiction does have a genetic or biological component, right? Not everyone who consumes alcohol or drugs will become addicted, and then some will. What's the difference? It's their genetics, it's their biology, right? That being said, it's not like any other disease, right? You don't choose to get cancer, right? Unless it's like lung cancer from smoking. You don't choose to, have a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder or anxiety, right? You can't necessarily control those things. Everyone can control, and everyone does have a personal responsibility for what they choose to put in their body, right? So it's not like other diseases. So I understand both arguments, right? So I'm going to say, however, everyone has a personal responsibility for what they put in their own bodies, right? So that's something to keep in mind. We never know who's going to have that genetic predisposition. You might not. You might be one of the lucky ones. You can consume drugs or alcohol and not get addicted. But do you really want to take that chance? Again, that's your choice to make, right? Again, this isn't meant to be a PSA. We're looking at, drug use as, psychologists. So, again, you're entitled to your opinion. Please share it. I'd like to see what you guys have to say, but also please do the reading and get yourself informed. Get the facts, right? And again, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please message me or email me, contact me to let me know. And enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.